Welcome back to sunny Snet. It's time for the first Dunlop Aprilia Superteen race, and well, let's see if we can make history again. On pole position is Joe Thompson, currently second overall in the championship, ahead of Rory Skinner, number 11, second on the grid. But on third is number 27, Georgina Polden, and yesterday she became the first female to ever win an official Aprilia Superteen race. So well done to Georgina, but she really wants to get it done here on TV day. So let's see if we can get one in the records for her. The lights go on and they're out. All of these bikes, Aprilia 125 production motorcycles, a class for riders aged 12 to 18, and of course famous for inventing, if you like, and bringing on the likes of Stoner, Crutchlow, Davies. Pretty much every rider you can think of has come through this wonderful series, and as the Aprilia Superteens head down towards Montreal, it's a decent start for young Scotsman Rory Skinner, who led the championship coming into Snetterton after a great couple of rounds at Brands and Donington Park. In second place there is number 74, Joe Thompson from Selby on the Thompson's Aprilia 125, sponsored by Teesdale Motorcycles as well. Georgina Polden, number 27 from Oxford, on the King's Two-Wheel Centre Aprilia. But it is Skinner at the moment that just about closes the door on Joe Thompson. Skinner on the RS Racing Aprilia ahead of Thompson, and Georgina Polden, number 27 there with the Cross of St George on her helmet, just trying to get herself up into the mix as well. They've been battling those three all weekend so far. We've also got the newcomers out there as well, riders that are in their first season of racing. So look out for Shane Faber, number 24 on the JDF Racing Aprilia, TJ Toms, number 7, and Daniel Booth, and Cameron Fraser, and Edgar Machado, number 5. There he is, in fact, with the orange vest on, his first full season for Edgar. Rider who's him and his family come over from Italy to race in the series, but the leaders go across the line, and it is, well, Joe Thompson, number 74, up the inside by the looks of things of Skinner, but Skinner's still the fastest, number 11, with the Scottish knee sliders. Georgina Polden still up there in the mix as well. Ed Best is trying to get himself involved in this one, number 44. Ed's always up there in the sharp end. Dan Drayton, another rider to look out for, number 34. Jordan Boyle, 37. Jordan, newcomer last season. Just missing out on the championship to Charlie Nesbitt, who's moved on. But at the front of this one, it is the green and red helmet of number 11, Charlie Nesbitt. Rory Skinner. He actually used to race quite a bit with Charlie in mini motos. We saw Rory come into this championship at the last round at Donington last year and pick up a win in his first meeting. Joe Thompson, though, eyes on the prize. He's looking for the championship win, and he's closing in on Rory Skinner. Further back there, we see 73 as Cameron Tenzing Jenkins. Just probably a little bit off par this weekend compared to his usual self, CTJ. So hopefully he'll be back on song. We get to Cadwell in a couple of weeks' time. Cadwell always great for Superteens. It was always such a fantastic circuit. Around here, of course, pretty much flat out everywhere. But you've still got to have a bit of talent on the curves. They are 3 abreast as they go past the start-finish straight and down into turn 1. And Georgina Polden now goes up into second place. Georgina fancies another win here. It's Skinner that leads from Polden and Joe Thompson. It's such a long time since we've had a female that has so much talent and potential. Considering she only started road racing at the start of last season, she was a complete newcomer. She'd come across from motocross. Her and her family, Craig is a rider that I certainly remember, her brother who used to race. He's obviously here this weekend, and he's delighted to see the progress. And there were tears of joy yesterday when she picked up that first ever win, and nearly everyone from pit lane went onto the pit wall just to see it. It's great to get that one out of the way, but today she'll have her work cut out. She's got Skinner in front of her, Thompson just behind her, but she is the real deal. Make no sound, there's a rider down just in the background there, bike on the deck. He's just about safe enough, but a rider has gone down. Now Edgar Machado's gone missing, and so Edgar, the newcomer, shame for him, he's gone down, but he is up, he's okay. Georgina Polden it is though, number 27. There she goes, looking to take another win, but this time one to keep in the DVD rack. There is number 66, Cameron Fraser. having a decent battle. He's one of the newcomers. Polden had a good advantage. She might just be a bit down on power, you know, because those two guys really did catch up to her well down into turn 1. Skinner it is that now leads from Polden, with Joe Thompson in 3rd place. Further back there is number 46, Daniel Booth, Nitro newcomer for this season, currently 3rd in the newcomers. You can see there his orange bib, but Skinner it is that leads from Georgina Polden. Oh, Polden, that was a lovely move. Nearly executed perfectly. Didn't quite get the momentum through, but I've not seen many moves, you know, as you flick left there. That is big and brave from Georgina Polden, number 27, but that has allowed Joe Thompson, number 74, to get his nose back into the frame. Don't count out Ed Best in the background there, number 44 either, and Skinner closes the door on the pair of them. Joe Thompson moves up into 2nd place ahead of Georgina Polden, and this is a great race at the front. These Aprilia Superteens fighting it out. They now head up towards the bomb hole, and it is still just Rory Skinner that's got it, but Joe Thompson here trying to find a way up the inside, and now Polden are going around the outside into Corums. What a move from Georgina Polden, going all the way around the outside, and now going to have a look up the inside down into Murray's, but her nose just gets chopped off by Rory Skinner. She's got the skills to pay the bills, this girl. Georgina Polden really mixing it with the two championship rivals. Polden is 3rd overall in the championship, but she is just down a few points compared to these two that have been battling all season long. But she is very much in the hunt for a win here. In the background, Ed Best and Jordan Boyle it is, number 44 and 37 in 4th and 5th, ready to pick up the pieces should this get a bit messy out front. And there's a big gap back to Shane Faber, number 24, leading the newcomers. Skinner it is that now leads, number 11. Dipping down into Montreal, and Joe Thompson's gone underneath Georgina Polden. So Thompson now into 2nd place. The great thing is about this race is they're chopping and changing places, but none of them are really losing much ground. Just as I say that, Georgina Polden probably just lost a couple of tenths there. But down we go into the S's, and Thompson thought about a look up the inside of Skinner, but it's not to be this time around. They flick right. You've got, oh, and Skinner's gone straight on at the S's. What's gone on there? Skinner maybe just lost a gear or something, but Rory Skinner's gone straight on and has allowed Joe Thompson to go into the lead, and that's Georgina Polden then up into 2nd place. Now, has Rory Skinner rejoined the circuit, or is that terminal? We'll have to wait and see, but it is Thompson and Georgina Polden now that have the advantage at the front of this Aprilia Superteen race. So the championship leader has gone AWOL. Onto the start finish straight we go. Polden trying to get herself into the slipstream. Yes, Skinner has rejoined. Now then, where is he? Number 11 as we go down into Murray's. He's up ahead of Ed Best, so he's done well there. He's still in 3rd place, Rory Skinner. That's Ed Best, with the purple wheels and the Union Jack on the side of his helmet. The last lap flag is out, so Skinner won't win this one. He's going to have to try now and fend off Ed Best and Jordan Boyle for 3rd place. This is Joe Thompson, meanwhile. In the meantime, Joe has... Well, now, where's Georgina gone? Georgina's lost a bit of time, so maybe Georgina's made a mistake somewhere. She's lost a few seconds, so Joe Thompson can light up the cigar at the end of the back straight, because he's got this one in the bag. I should have just mentioned, of course, these are 12 to 18 year olds, so the likelihood of any of them smoking cigars very slim. But it is Joe Thompson that leads and probably will win this race now. It was a lot closer a lap ago, wasn't it? Georgina Polden looks good for 2nd. This is the battle for 3rd. Rory Skinner, number 11, and Ed Best, number 44, battling away as they go through the bomb hole. In the 5th place there is Jordan Boyle. Shane Faber on the JDF Aprilia looks good for 6th and winning the newcomers ahead of Burnett and TJ Toms. And there is Thompson filtering through the pack onto the start finish straight, and Joe Thompson does his championship a few favours. Across the line, he nods his head in appreciation. It's the win, the checkered flag to Joe Thompson, number 74, but he has had a bit of help here. Polden finishes in 2nd place, and in 3rd is Rory Skinner. It could have been a different story but for that error, or maybe a mechanical. We'll find out shortly in a minute or two. But confirmation that Thompson wins it from Polden, Skinner, Ed Best, Jordan Boyle and Shane Faber in 6th, winning the Nitro newcomers. On the podium then, there's the top 3. Joe Thompson, Georgina Polden and Rory Skinner. And in the newcomers, Shane Faber, the winner from TJ Toms and Daniel Booth.
Aprilia Nitro newcomers, Daniel Boo, third place. Good?
Yeah, it was a good race. I had a good battle with TJ. After yesterday, I fell off in the first race and I had some problems with the gearbox in the second race. But yeah, it was a good race.
TJ Toms, second place. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, I had a brilliant battle with Daniel. I just nipped him on the last straight, so pleased with that. And I'd like to thank U-Save Motorcycle Tyres, Johnson's Metals, Skills Direct, Countrywide Windows, K&B Motors, Munchkins Catering, Hillard Commercial, Steve Windsor, SRC Ltd, Mac Tools, and anybody else that's helped in any way possible.
Shane, winner. Fantastic, eh?
Yeah, I had a really good race with Daniel and Tristan, but sadly they had a kind of collision, so yeah, I just finished the race nice and smoothly. And I'd also like to thank all my sponsors. They've been really helpful. Jordan Faber Building Contractors, Links Cafe, Ash Honda, John Davis, Mary from Keith, everyone else, and Dunlop Aprilia and Fun Sport.
Rory Skinner, third place, Dunlop Aprilia Superteens overall.
Yeah, it was a good race. Joe hit me with his knee going down the straight and I missed my braking marker, and then I ran on, but had a good battle with Jordan and Edmund, working my way back up to third. Yeah, it was a good race. And I'd like to thank Skinner Motorcycles, Strathearn Tyres, Scott's Bearings, Scott Leathers, WK Bikes, Motrat Racing and Bennett's for their support. My mum, dad, Bill and Phil and everybody else who supports me.
Georgina Polden, second place, and after becoming the first female to win an Aprilia Superteen race, you must be very pleased to be at the front end.
Yeah, managed to keep it together for the second this time. Tried to stay with Joe towards the end, but he just carried on going, but I tried for the next one. I'd like to thank Kingston Oil Centre, Butylene, Oxford Products, Mum and Dad, Paula and Jeff, Craig and Donna, Steve at Weiss, Fun Sport, Aprilia and Dunlop.
Brilliant, well done Georgina. Joe Thompson, winner. You're getting used to this.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant weekend. I crashed in qualifying and unfortunately brought Georgina Polden off, but sorry about that. But that was such a close race. We were passing every corner until it got sort of half distance, and I managed to pull a little gap, but it was still so intense the whole race.
Join us again after the break, and we will bring you the second race for the in-competition Aprilia RRV 450s. The Aprilia Superteens here then at Snetterton in Norfolk, the final race for them, and it's very close in the championship between this man Joe Thompson and Rory Skinner. There he is, number one on pole position. Georgina Polden there, she won yesterday. Quick nod to the camera. Can she do it again? There's Shane Faber on the JDF Aprilia leading the Nitro newcomers, but drama on the start line there. That's Rory Skinner, and that's on the warm-up lap. Rory Skinner has got some major problems on here, and the championship leader is out of the race. We're about to go racing, and we're going to have a change here. Well, he'll only remain championship leader if something happens now to Joe Thompson, but we will find out what's going on there. Joe Thompson's going to get the whole shot, surely. There he is, number 74, down into turn one, and he leads from Ed Best. Georgina Polden and Jordan Boyle, your top four, and already Joe Thompson looking to get himself a decent advantage down into Montreal. There he is. Well, he pointed number one, didn't he, at the start, and he might end up number one. A win here for him would put him at the top of the championship heading into Cadwell Park. But that is a real shame for Rory Skinner. Of course, what happened in race one as well, where he went straight on at the S's, just not really Skinner's day. It is Joe Thompson that leads the Aprilia Superteen race here down the back straight and into the S's at Snetterton. Georgina Polden looking to make a move on Ed Beston, makes it stick as well, number 27. Now she's going to have to try and hunt down Joe Thompson. This championship, as I mentioned before, all identical bikes, the riders aged 12 to 18 there, as we see a glimpse of TJ Toms, number 7, number 34 Daniel Drayton, a few newcomers, 12 to 18 year olds, famous for creating the stars such as Stoner, Crutchlow, Bradley Smith, Chaz Davies, Sam and Alex Lowe's, Tommy Hill, etc, etc. So you may well be looking at future GP stars, and this year we've got two young men and a little lady that are fighting for the championship, and Georgina Polden is definitely doing very well and fighting for the top 3 in the championship overall. We just saw TJ Toms going through there with the orange vest on, just ahead of number 34, Dan Drayton. Dan is definitely capable of better than this. He's not having the greatest of weekends so far. Thompson it is that leads from Polden though. There's Ed Best and Jordan Boyle. They were embroiled in a great battle for 4th place in race 1. And it looks like they've got the magnets out again. There's CTJ, Cameron Tenzing Jenkins, just inside the top 10 ahead of Daniel Booth and Chris Gray. But down the back straight we go. It is still Joe Thompson that, as it stands, is on for a flag to flag. No one has come close to him just yet, but Georgina has definitely closed that gap down in 2nd. In 3rd, there's a change. Number 37, Jordan Boyle, the rider with the yellow wheels from Verwood on the Artel Racing Aprilia, goes ahead of number 44, Ed Best from Market Harbour on the EBR Motorsport Aprilia. These 2 lads, both newcomers last year, but this year they've got another year's experience. They've ditched the orange vests, and they're trying desperately to get up with these 2, Joe Thompson and Georgina Polden. And I fancy, that Jordan Boyle and Ed Best will be regulars on the podium come the end of the season overall, once they've got to grips with the start of this season. Onto the start-finish straight we go. No Rory Skinner. His bike gave up the ghost before we even got started here, but that gap at the front is definitely coming down. Joe Thompson's lead has been eaten into by Georgina Polden there. That was a quick lap from Georgina. She was a 10th quicker than Joe on that occasion. Lap record round here is a 29.3, and they've been very close to that all day so far. There's TJ Toms just going through in race 1 into the low 29s. They were, in fact, Joe Thompson broke the lap record in race 1. So Thompson with the lap record in the Aprilia Superteens. Here he is though. He's not holding on to that 2nd lead anymore though. That's down to, well, not even a bike length as they go into the S's. And Georgina Polden very quick through the S's and very quick out of it as they come up towards the bomb hole now. And Georgina Polden looking to try and find a way through and pass Joe Thompson. If he didn't realise that he's got company in this race, he will probably find out in just a moment as they go around Coram Curve. And here comes Polden. She was so quick around Coram Curve, and she's got up the inside down into Murray's, but she might have just lost a bit of momentum there on the exit, and Joe Thompson's up side by side. They can have a little wave to each other as they go down the start-finish straight. Here we go then. It is Joe Thompson just from Georgina Polden. That was Matt Rangeley, Aprilia 450 rider, ex-Superteen on pit wall there, just watching this race. Polden up the inside though into Ritchie's. Lovely move that. She will run wide, but it's a double apex right-hander, so she's okay as they go down in towards Montreal. And Thompson having another look, and he leaves it late to break, and he goes into the lead. So a good Superteen race this between Thompson and Polden, who fights back. What a move that was. Joe Thompson was caught napping for about half a second, and Polden goes barging through into the lead again as we go back onto the back straight. Polden it is that leads again from Joe Thompson. What a great race this is at the front. It's just such a shame that Rory Skinner's not here to play with them as well. Down into the S as we go. Polden just about got the advantage from the black helmet there of Joe Thompson, and the piercing eyes of Thompson as he looks to try and win this race. To be honest, Thompson could finish anywhere on the top 3 and still be championship leader here, courtesy of Skinner's exit at the start. But Skinner has eyes only for the win. There's TJ Toms and Dan Drayton side by side. Number 7 there, TJ Toms, 2nd in the newcomers at the moment. Dan Booth is 3rd in the newcomers. The leader, Shane Faber, just a bit up the road, number 24. There is number 93, Thomas Burnett, who's having one of his best runs out. He's in 5th place at the moment, the rider from Ramsey in the Isle of Man. So good race this. He might be having a lonely race, but it is a PB so far. Down into turn 1 though, the race leaders, here they come. Number 74 there in 2nd, because Georgina Polden, with a lovely wide swooping line into turn 1, currently has the lead. As I mentioned before, she became the first female to ever win a Superteen race just yesterday, but she once won on the TV. There is Shane Faber, purple front wheel, orange rear wheel, JDF rider, leading the newcomers so far. He's one of the riders that will feature later on in the season and fight with the leaders, I'm sure. TJ Toms, 2nd in the newcomers there, number 7, orange bib, ahead of Dan Drayton. who was a newcomer last year, has done a lot of growing over the winter. Has put on a bit of weight courtesy of it now. Then there's a back marker there, but Joe Thompson's gone into the lead. He goes around the outside and Polden follows. You can run on an Aprilia 125 slightly wide around the bomb hole there. So it's you're not too bad. If you're on a bigger machine, it does cause you more problems, but Thompson it is that leads from Georgina Polden. When I say, by the way, Daniel Drayton's put on weight, I don't mean that he's got fat. I mean that he's got tall, just in case I get pulled up on that one when I bump into you when we get to Cadwell Park. The last lap flag is out, and it's Thompson from Georgina Polden. At the moment, the number 63 just ahead of them there is George Anderson. He's going to get lapped. Will he get in the way? No, he won't. Of course, these riders at the back here, different rules. There are no blue flags. They just have to hold their line, and these guys have to find a way past, and Polden is desperate to find some sort of move here, and they go onto the back straight. She almost got a front wheel wiped out there. They're putting a lap on Oliver O'Flaherty there, a newcomer down the back straight, and Georgina Polden's lost a bit of momentum there on the back straight. Can she find anything here to win this race, or is it going to be another win for Joe Thompson, who is surely going to take the championship lead here? Into the S's we go. Polden's nowhere near close enough to make a move. I think she's just lost a bit there, but she's running in hot into the S's. Thompson's had a look over his shoulder. She's still there, mate. She is still there. And in fact, that might have just lost Joe a little bit of time as we go round the bomb hole. And now into Coram Curve. He knows where she's going to make her move. It's going to be down into Murray, so Thompson's going to have to hold a defensive line. Meanwhile, this is the battle between TJ Toms and Dan Drayton for 6th and 7th. Toms looks to have that one in the bag, the rider with the yellow wheels. Who is going to win this Aprilia Superteen race? Will it be Thompson or will it be Polden? The checkered flag is out. They're in the slipstream, but it's Thompson that takes it from Polden. Polden so close to taking a win here today. Joe Thompson wins the race. There's thumbs up from Georgina there. Georgina has done her championship chances a lot of favours this weekend with those results, but it is Thompson that takes it overall ahead of Polden and Jordan Boyle. Shane Faber 4th, wins the newcomers ahead of Thomas Burnett and TJ Toms in 6th place. There they are then, the top 3: Joe Thompson, Georgina Polden and Jordan Boyle. And in the newcomers it's Faber, TJ Toms and Daniel Booth. So in the championship going into the next round, Joe Thompson, the new series leader. He's got himself a 12-point advantage over Rory Skinner. Georgina Polden up to 3rd, ahead of Jordan Boyle, Shane Faber and Daniel Drayton. And in the newcomers, it's Shane Faber with quite a commanding lead now over TJ Toms, Daniel Booth. Miles Wasley is in 4th, ahead of Jack Reed and Edgar Machado.
Daniel Booth, 3rd place again. Seems like, was it a tough one?
Yeah, I've got something on my bike. I'm not too sure what it is, to be honest, but I'm lacking on top speed at the moment. But yeah, it's still a fun race. It happens anyway. But yeah, I'd like to thank Shorrock's Motorcycles, Motor Oil, Motrack Racing, Longton Batteries, Design Iteration, Mum and Dad, Aprilia Thundersport and Dunlop.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get the win. I couldn't keep up with Shane, but hopefully try at Cadwell. But I had a good battle with Daniel Drayton, so it was a good race.
Shane, you've done it again.
Yeah, I had a really good race. I had a good start and managed to tag on to the front runners and to collect 4th and 1st in the newcomers, so really good.
Jordan Boyle, 3rd place at Dunlop Aprilia Superteens overall. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, it's a really good end to the weekend. You know, we've had a pretty bad weekend, to be honest. Like we haven't been where we should be, but it's just nice to finish it with a podium. I'd like to thank Artel.co.uk, AB Design, my mum, my dad, Paul, Aprilia, Dunlop and Thundersport.
Georgina, 2nd place. After your win yesterday, are you disappointed or are you pleased with it?
No, pleased with that because I had a good battle with Joe. Just happy that I got on the podium all 4 races. So yeah.
It was mighty close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was close coming to the last lap. I thought I was going to lose it, to be honest. I went on off track line, so it started messing about.
Joe, another win. Wow, you must be chuffed to bits.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that race, but unfortunately on the line, something happened to Rory's bike and he didn't get out. But we're leading the championship by a few points now and hopefully be able to carry it on to next weekend. Well, Cadwell Park.
and you've got a lot of sponsors to thank, no doubt.
Yeah, I couldn't get here without my dad because he's just done a brilliant job. The bike's mint. I had to go out on my spare bike today because I blew my bike up in qualifying, but I would like to say a big thanks to T-Sale Motorcycles, Thompson's Fish Restaurant, Frey Daytona, Aprilia, Dunlop, Thundersport, and Matty.
Well, that was some great racing from Snetterton in Norfolk. We'll visit here again next year. Next up for us, Cadwell Park. Be sure to join us for the Aprilia Challenge then.